Well, hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Ascension Playground. This is your friend Ursie, and today you might notice my background is a little bit different. Well, first of all, I do have Urania's mirror, or a view of the heavens. Urania was the Greek archetype for the goddess of astronomy. We can throw in astrology there too. She's holding a sextant to help navigate and understand the coordinates and positions of the stars as it relates to the Earth. But what's new is this flying mother goose with a star that I placed on her little belly. It reminds me of Deneb Adige, you know, the beautiful star in the constellation of Cygnus, the swan. Swan, goose. Well, today I'm here to talk about the little dog star, Canis Minor. And I thought I'd channel in Mother Goose and share a book with you that I just so thoroughly enjoy. And it came to me, I believe, through my friend Anne Marie. So thank you, friends, for always sharing great resources. So here we have this book. It's called The Star Tales of Mother Goose, for those who seek the secret language of the stars. Now, just pausing for a moment, the secret language of the stars. Her premise is that in ancient days, we had a relationship with the heavenly beings. We had relationships with the stars that has since gone dormant, but it went underground and was hidden in these beautiful children's riddles and fables. So this book is written by Mary Stewart Adams, and I love the beautiful graphics done by Patricia De Lisa. All right, well, here's the first slide. I wanted to show you the book, but here's what's calling in our little dog star. Because let's see, here it is. Here's that childhood riddle, or it goes, hey, diddle, diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The the little dog laughed to see such sport. And the dish ran away with the spoon. I got to check to make sure I have the riddle right. But what's fascinating is that Mary brought this in. Yep. let me read this again. Hey, diddle, diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. So, according to Mary, it occurred to her that this nursery rhyme from Mother Goose, which actually she believes there's an order, a secret order of the Mother Gooses. Anyway, here's the cat, the constellation of Leo. Here is the fiddle, Lyra. Hey, diddle, diddle, the cat and the fiddle. So specific coordinates in the moon or in the heavens. The cow jumped over the moon. So here's the moon, and the cow, Taurus, jumped over the moon. The little dog, whom we're going to speak about today in our little ramble, is Canis Minor. Funny, she spelled Canis with the U. I don't understand that, but okay. Canis Minor, the little dog, laughed to see such sport, right? So and then the dish, the Milky Way dish, ran away with the spoon. The spoon is the Big Dipper, Ursa Major. Interesting. And look at the beautiful graphics. So if you're new to learning about the constellations in the heavens, and you're enjoying this idea of the secret language of the stars, I just wanted to call in this beautiful book to share with you. Okay, we'll put our wonderful treasures aside, that beautiful book, let me stop sharing for a moment. For those of you who have already studied astrology a bit, you'll know that the sign of the astrological sign, the zodiacal sign of Virgo, is typically one who has little domestic animals, little dogs in particular. So for me, having two babies, corgis, I have Teddy, which is Theodore, carrying that energy of God. And then the second dog, the littler dog, is Sophia, the divine feminine principle. So it was by no accident that our two dogs are named Teddy and Sophie. And actually, my daughter calls them bears. So it's Teddy Bear and Sophie Bear. So the two bears. Isn't that interesting? The Big and Little Dipper. So we're a family of bears. I'm the Ursa bear. There's the teddy bear and the Sophie bear. And here's Mother Goose. So let's get on with this idea of going through the constellations. We did A, B, and then C. We've done Canis Major, the big dog, carrying the brightest light of the heavens, Sirius. But there's Sirius A, B, and C, with Sirius A being the brightest star in all of our celestial heavens from Earth. So now that we are on C for little dog, let me share my screen. What does the little dog have to teach us today? All right, let's see. Get that little dog. So in the little dog constellation of Canis Minor, you can see my little, here's the little dog um, barking with his mouth open. And this beautiful fixed star, the brightest star in this tiny little constellation, is called Procyon. Procyon. Interesting. The little dog star. So it's the brightest star in that constellation. According to researcher and astrologer Bernadette Brady, the Egyptians would look at Procyon and say, if you have an aspect of Procyon, it typically marks one where opportunities come, but they don't last for very long. So a lot of times I use the metaphor of like fireworks. So the beautiful blasts of color, they're meant to just come out, boom, and then they fade, and then the next boom, and then it fades. The little dog is basically barking, saying, hey, it's coming. The big star's coming. You know, we saw that with the paw of Canis Major. Mirzam was also, carrying a message. But this one is basically saying, hey, I'm a full dog. I'm part of Orion's two dogs hunting the rabbit Lepus through the heavens. But before I go further, let's see. Look at this picture. Just gotta say, here's again one of the cards from the box of stars that captures Urania's mirrored images. And what is that little dog doing? It's sitting on top of Monoceros constellation. This one is the unicorn. So see this mane, this golden mane flying on the wind in the wind. This is, see, the unicorn has that protrusion out of its third eye. So you have to be careful because Jupiter's horse, right, is not the same as Monoceros. So Jupiter's horse is Pegasus. It does not have that little horn coming out the third eye. So the little dog sits on top of the magical unicorn. Pretty interesting. And we can see from this card, there's other things. I don't know why. I guess they had some scientific innovations. And so they put some of the asterisms and called them, like here's like the atelier typographique. It looks like a typesetting machine or something like that. This looks like a table for drawing. But I digress. Here is the little dog star, Canis Minor. And not too far away from Monoceros, we see Betelgeuse. Well, that's an Orion star, so they have the word Orion here. They have Hydra here to help place this constellation in the northern star heavens. All right, so let's go back. Here it is. So, short bursts of success and messages, short messages. It does carry the John the Baptist energy. So, John the Baptist as an archetype, not the biblical one, but as an archetype thematically, carries this idea that I am not the Christ. I am the pre-runner. I am the one telling you it's coming, it's coming, he's coming. So if you have a little dog and you know how they yap, ruff, ruff, that annoying yip, Procyon is basically saying there's short bursts of success. And oftentimes that can come from, messages. All right. So then when we look at what does it mean to be a Procyon star seed, we're looking through another lens galactically. Well, passionate humanitarians. This word passionate is very interesting because the story of the constellation of Canis Minor, some tribes on Earth would look up and connect that with water, like the water constellation. Interesting. So, water usually represents our emotions. So, there's typically a strong work ethic, pioneers of energy cultivation, kinesthetic gifts. And I love this one, New Earth daydreamers. See if that lands for you, if you have a Procyon star point in your soul journey. Let's see, here's where it is. The position of Procyon today is at 26 degrees of Cancer, 8 minutes. All right. Its magnitude is 0.38. So it is the brightest star in that particular constellation. There is a secondary star. I think it's called Gomets, but we don't want to digress. This is all about the little dog. And got to go back. Let's see. It's interesting, right? The little dog laughed to see such sport while the dish ran away with the spoon. So let me end today's short little burst with the short little dog constellation, Canis Minor. So Canis Major, big dog, Canis Minor, little dog. Hey, diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. So I just love talking with you about stars and having star cards. Let's see if we can see that. There you go. And so remember, if you get this box of cards, it does have little holes in the back. Let me show you my little notes. I also wrote Procyon power within the material world. Yeah, keep on barking. I know that the times are in 2025 quite auspicious. So, what would Mother Goose playing with the little dog that laughed to see such sport? Maybe we really have to take that pause and step back, no matter how bad it is on the 3D earth plane. Change the channel, look up into the heavens and go, wow, we've been here before. We've been here in the chaos before the dawn of the new age, this beautiful age of light. What is it to have and be a daydreamer of the new earth? Let's ask that little dog. In fact, time for me to go take a walk with my little puppies. I'm coming back to offer a little bit of hey, that Lost Zodiac, the other card box by Catherine Tennant is pretty good. I mean, it offers you star dates. Okay. So we were talking about the dogs, Canis Minor and Canis Major. And let's see what she says. if you have Sirius, well, all of us will see Sirius in the Northern Hemisphere June 28th, typically through July 7th. That's June 28th through July 7th with Sirius. And we'll also see Mirzam. That's the paw of the big dog. Now, Procyon comes a little later, July 18th through the 25th. Okay, so that's Procyon. And the second brightest star is, I said Gomez. It looks like it's Gomesa. But in between Sirius and Procyon is another star constellation. It's Canopus, the ship. So you have the big dog, and then you have Canopus coming in around, let's see, July 8th through 17th. And then you've got the little dog. So it's interesting, the star dates. I know they're shifting with the precession and the shift in terms of what's in the world. But I will tell you, I think this is Catherine's first book, and she calls it the 22 rediscovered star signs in the lost zodiac. Might as well just tell you the major archetypes: Pegasus, Andromeda, who we've spoken about, the River of Night, Eridanus, Perseus, Orion, the charioteer named Auriga, whom we've discussed, the dogs, Canis Major and Minor, the ship of the Argonauts. Do you remember the Argonauts? Argo Navis, the dragon, Draco, the great bear, Ursa Major, the sea serpent, so the water snake, Hydra, the cup or crater that sits on the back of the serpent, along with the raven, the crow, the bear keeper, that was Boots. Remember Arcturus? Crown of the north wind, Corona Borealis, the serpent, which is serpens. So it's interesting. There's more snakes and dragon in the heavens than just one or two. You got to look for them. The wise centaur, Centaurus, Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. That could be the 13th zodiacal sign, according to some. The lyre of Orpheus, Lyra. Actually, we know that Hermes or Mercury created it and then gave it to Apollo, who then gave it to Orpheus. All right. The eagle, which we talked about, Aquila. The dolphin, Delphinius. And the swan, Cygnus. Those are the 22 rediscovered star signs in the lost zodiac. But I think coming later is the box of stars. This is the ones that I've been pulling out. They're little cards, and she's got a really good book too. Anyway, I love sharing with you. It's my way of balancing this joy of sharing the research and the fun. And it does sometimes come back to childhood nursery rhymes. Hey, diddle, diddle. So I want to thank Mother Goose and the Order of the Goose. I mean, if Danny Shay can have his psychic duck, I can have a cosmic Mother Goose, right? And we just want to say thank you to Urania's mirror. Now, one note I haven't brought up, though, this is as I'm rambling, is that the person that actually did all of these paintings and drawings was called the Woman. And I think it was back in like early 1800s. That's when it really wasn't in polite society for women to be painters. So later, if you read in Wikipedia, some man was given credit, but I'm going to go with a woman painting these and kind of feeling like, what would someone who wanted to paint all the constellations? I mean, there's 88 named constellations today, but who would want to paint the constellations going forward as we meet the dawn of the new age of light? Rhetorical question. If you have an answer, let me know. Take care, everybody. I think I'm really signing out now. Bye.